What's up, guys? This is Shana, and welcome to another episode of the iherng podcast. And today we will read a question from CY. Right? Hi, I'm CY, 26 years old. I just bought a property right before COVID with my fiance at Penang, Queens Bay area. The target completion of this condo is end of next year, 2021. But with current situation of COVID, I believe it will be slightly delayed. The unit we bought is 1246 square feet, 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom at 650,000 after all the cashback and discount lah. The monthly installment is around 3,000 per month. Our combined income is around 8,000. In terms of affordability of this property, I think we are still fine as currently both of us only have our PTPTN loans that we need to pay. At first, we are thinking to buy this house for our own stay and also because of its prime location. But after considerations, we are in dilemma, choosing between our own stay or renting it out. If rent out, the rental rate would be around 1.8 to 2.2k based on my survey around the area, so it will be still a negative cash flow. But if opt for own stay, we are putting a cash flow of 3.3 thousand into the house. As currently we are renting a 900 per month condo for staying and rented the 2 rooms out, so both of us are paying minimum in terms of money rental. What would be your inputs and recommendation on this? Thank you very much. Regards, CY. Thank you very much, CY from Penang. First of all, we just sum out the question. They just got a property. Congratulations, but monthly installment is 3,000, right? Then currently they're renting a place, but they rent out the 2 bedrooms, so they are actually staying in 1 room only for 900 ringgit. So whether should they use the property as a own stay or to rent it out? First of all, based on our data in the makeover, guys, the main reason why we are not in Penang right now, right? Because the rental returns in Penang is not as luxurious as what we have in KL. KL we can get 5%, 6%, like pretty usual, and that's like the standard. But after this new interest rate revision, right, I think it will be revised lah. So in Penang, it's a whole different case because I think the property is too high, but the lifestyle didn't catch up to it. So for people to pay up like 4,000 in terms of rental, right, it's kind of ludicrous. So nobody will actually pay that kind of amount in Penang. But the property prices are not cheap. So like in this CY case, it's not cheap. So what should they do? Number one, I would suggest if you want to own stay, you can do the same approach, which means you can rent out the 2 bedrooms out and you guys still stay in 1 room, which means you guys take the master or you take the smaller bedroom, right? So the master and the small bedroom, you actually rent out together. Maybe you can get 1,000, 1,200 like that, right? But both of you will still need to pay the half of it, so it's like 1,000 plus in comparison to the 900 that you are paying right now. So it goes to your own house and savings, though. That's number one. And number two, you clearly illustrate, right? A house will forever be a liability if you are using it for own stay. That's why just now, an episode right before this, we talked about a house, right? Is it a burden or not? And how do you calculate whether to rent or buy? Because not necessarily that we must buy a house that we own. And there's a few school of thought to this. Some believe the property price is strictly determined by the rental of the property, right? Because rental is a reflection of the demand for space in that area. So if there's no demand for space in that area, which means like the rental is low, right? This property price shouldn't be high one. So that's one school of thought. The other school of thought is they want area, so it's like very atas and they want to buy, so security to at least put a roof over my family. So that's a more of a cultural thinking side, like Asians, right? We must have house before we get married. We must have house before we are 30. If not, you are deemed as a loser. Then it's best. The Nasi Lemak property for Malaysia is always landed terrace house, to be exact. That's why it's expensive, lah. But you come to think of it, the rental for landed terrace house can never meet if you believe in the first school of thought. So there's these 2 school of thought that's going on in the market, right? And it depends which one you believe, lah. So if we were to pick a middle path, right, is to actually invest in properties, buy properties for investment, where it can bring in enough cash flow, where I make money from the rental, and I use this money, right, to rent a place where I want to stay. So in your case, right, for example, instead of paying 3,300 to live in a home that you own, I can actually pay 1,008 to stay in an exact same house. So does it make more sense if you were to use your money initially to invest in a property that will generate higher rental, right? But I think it's a bit too late already, lah, right? Meaning you buy already, ma. So I think if you are still not confident in terms of your income, right, for both you and your fiance, I think that would be the right move, which means you are kind of like living in your own house, but you rent out the 2 remaining room. And then instead of 900 that you're paying for other people's installment, now you're paying like 1,200 for your own installment. So the rest is actually compensated by the 2 tenants lah. And then you get control of the property as well. The 2 tenants, they're not online lah. They won't damage your property or whatsoever because you are there, you are living inside. Then until when both of you really decided, okay, let's get married and let's have babies, set up a family, then only you chase the 2 tenants out away after their tenancy agreement. Right? So actually that would be my take, because if not, you will lose out a lot in terms of what I would say is opportunity cost. Instead of spending 3,000 here, I will actually take out some money, right, if possible. And if career really horse after COVID, right, come to KL, get a property that can get a higher rental return. So you can actually make rental income to subsidize your living expenses. That would be the best ideal. I know it's not easy, but it's ideal. Also because I'm witnessing people living that ideal situation where they buy properties and rent out. So with all the extra rental income, they use that to rent a place that they really like to live in, because it just makes more financial sense in that way. But it breaks all the cultural rules lah. Imagine you want to get married, right? Imagine you want to get married, you don't have a home. Then we just rent lah. Wow, your mother-in-law, wow, sure scold you and yeah lah. So it's a very interesting question, and it's going to be pretty similar with the question before. So I'm going to upload these 2 together, maybe a day after each other lah. Okay, so to make sense. I think that's all. Thank you very much, CY, for this question. And just to scare you guys a little bit more is that you haven't considered the furnishing costs yet. So easily a 3-bedroom is around 30,000-40,000 if you were to really furnish it gao lah. Hence, I would suggest to maybe use some Taobao to get the items for the 2 smaller bedrooms, complete it, right? Put in bed frame, put in curtains, put in wardrobe, put in bedside table, desk. Then maybe consider Airbnb as an option as well, meaning you stay in the unit but you can still rent out rooms by rooms. So that's one of the strategy as well to kind of reduce your monthly installment. And if it's really popular, right, and really horsey, right, maybe you can rent, you can continue renting your place, your current place, and to rent out room by that unit can also, because it's different when you can wait, and it's different when you immediately need that home. If your fiance really just like got pregnant next month, right, then the whole mindset different already. But now if you still think from a point of view, you guys are young, oh my god, 26 only. Yeah, a lot of future to actually consider. And with that, thank you very much for this email. And for those who still have any questions regarding real estate, do just email me at taniherng@gmail.com, or you can reach me at Instagram iherng. Thank you very much, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching. Ciao.